Hello all, 6th of October 2016, Dan here from Essex, United Kingdom. So this is part 2 of my how to season, store and prepare firewood series, and I've got a little system going here. It certainly is helping the efficiency of the operation here, so I thought I'd just share it with you. So what we got here is some sycamore. Now this is a deciduous tree, and plenty of them here in the UK, and I imagine that there's plenty of them in other countries with similar climates. The trees get quite big, so the wood is regularly available from them. So what we got here, you can see this is quite a big branch here, and we've got some smaller ones on the top. So what I do is, after they're cut, they're brought here and placed on this pallet. Pallets are brilliant for storage, keeps things off the ground, so stops sort of moisture collecting underneath. You can just see, whereas if it's on the ground, you know, it can encourage rot and moisture things under the wood, which you really don't want. So keep them off the ground using a pallet or something similar to that. So that waits here until I take it to the next stage. Okay, so here is the next stage. This is what I call the waiting area, or the waiting room, and it's right next to my trestle which I cut the wood with my Stihl chainsaw. So I'll just show you what I've got here. So I've got a variety of wood here. Now this is a bit of apple. Apple is great to burn because it lets off a really nice sort of aroma in the room, and it's very sweet indeed. Bit more apple there. This is a bit of Budlea. You can see this is ivy. There's also some plum here and some willow as well. All different sizes. This is see that there, look, there was a big plum tree that died, a Victoria Plum, which, you know, very sad of course when a tree that age dies, but it had to come down, and here it is, all ready to be chopped in order so it can go on the wood burning stove. So this is the waiting room, and after it's cut into a suitable size, it then goes in this part of the Woodstore. So you can see here, show you here, this is a nice size to go on a wood burning stove. Now of course it depends on how big a stove you've got. I mean, if you've got a smaller stove, then of course, you know, you're going to want to cut them smaller, or if you've got a bigger stove, you can probably leave them a little bit bigger. That's up to you. I mean, some people like to burn large logs, some people like to burn sort of smaller logs, but you can split them to the size that you want. So that's the first storage compartment in the Woodstore. This one here, this is a bit of plum, the Victoria Plum. You can see this has been dead for a long time because it's starting to crack and the bark is starting to peel off. I'm going to start bringing them in soon when the weather gets colder, and they're super suitable for burning now. And we go over here. As I explained in the video the other day, this is purely just a thing I'm using at the moment just to store some hardcore in for a concreting project I've got coming up. But eventually all this wood and wood I showed you earlier and all the other wood I'm going to be getting will be cut and stored in there. And here we go, look. That's another part of the store. So it's nice like this because the wind can blow through it. You don't want it too dry. You want the wind to blow through it to assist with the drying process. You don't want moisture or whatever to build up in there and then cause the wood to rot, because the purpose of this is not for the wood to rot, it's for it to dry out, suitable for burning. Got it under there as well. You can see utilising a pallet. I couldn't get a pallet to fit under that side, so I put it on the next best thing, which is just some boards. But not ideal, but I'm utilising the space that I have until I can put a pallet in the middle section and then put the wood on that. Now you may remember here that this was where the huge pile was on the hard standing, so I've cleaned that up, and people that viewed my last video will be wondering where I put all the twigs and things that were there. Well, that brings me on to my next part of the Woodstore. Now over here you can see I've got 4-ton bags. Now in these ton bags you can see I've got twigs and slightly bigger than twigs bits of wood, like this one here. This is all dry, ready for burning. Pretty dry, no problem there. And what I use this sort of wood for is for kindling. Now, people throw a lot of these twigs away and that sort of stuff in the green waste or whatever, but you know, if you put them in ton bags like this and then cover it with a piece of tarpaulin, if you just cover the top and maybe leave the front clear, then the wind can blow through that and assist with the drying process. So ton bags are great for this. They're not expensive. You can often pick them up for about £4 or £5 each. You can pay £10 for them if that's your thing, or you can just keep, if you get deliveries of sand or ballast or gravel, whatever, quite often they come in ton bags and people are very happy to get rid of these. But I do love ton bags and they're very useful to have around. So this is what I use for my kindling. Now in the top of the wood store here, I've got some more medium-sized logs. Now this is once again just another storage compartment, and I will be sorting these out. Take this one for example. This is a bit bigger. This is probably a bit of the plum tree that came down, the Victoria Plum. And this is all drying under here. That was a bit of plum. And once again I will then take these out and cut them up, or the smaller ones, just use them as I need them in order to use them for kindling. So there's a fair old bit of wood here. Now a lot of it won't be suitable to use this winter, simply because it's not been seasoned and I'm not going to be burning wet logs, because as I've stated before, this can lead to a chimney fire and block up your flue or your chimney, and you know, lots of smoke, and you just don't want to be going down that road if you can help it. Okay, so that's part 2 of the series. Now, I've looked at the subscriber count and the viewers on my channel, and the views, sorry. So the subscriber count and the views are going up quite significantly, so obviously I'm doing something right. I do really appreciate everybody who's viewing my channel. I'm very busy, as my long-term viewers know, working at 2 jobs, but I am planning on sort of different plans with this channel and that sort of thing. Basically, I'm going to be getting a polytunnel soon here, and I'm going to be putting that up. I've got a plan for a little backyard orchard to sort out here as well. So lots of things to do, not too much time to do it, but I intend to take you guys all along on the journey with me, and I hope people are learning things from my video. I'm also going to set several sort of grapevines and vineyard and that sort of thing. So lots of things to look forward to. Take care and speak soon.